Okay. Thayer Central, welcome to the 2020 edition of the Senior Political Party Debate. As you are aware, if you've been in high school for long enough, you have seen these live in person. This year, with restrictions, we thought it might be best to go through our YouTube live channel for it. Our senior group, we have 27 seniors divided into 6 different political parties. We've been working on this project for just over a week and a half now. So if you're just learning about the parties for the first time, their campaigning maybe isn't off to a great start. However, this is an opportunity for you to get to know a little bit more about the political parties. The format will be as follows. Every group will get about 1 minute maximum of an introductory statement. Then we will ask 4 questions to each group. Sometimes all the groups will get the same question. At least one time, every group will get a group-specific question. Those questions were taken from your guys' suggestions through email, so thank you, student body and staff, for providing those. And then we will conclude with a closing statement before lunch. So we will start off with opening statements. We will begin with the weekend party, then we will go parking lot party, or the parking party, tortoise party, get work done son party, the back party, and the you gotta want it party. So, weekend party, introductory statement.
Hi everyone, we are the weekend party. We believe that good grades lead to longer weekends. We are endorsed by the girls basketball team, FFA, and wrestling team. Our president is Jennifer Aniston, our Senate is the one and only Mr. Jones, and our House of Representatives is the newest member to Thayer Central, Mr. Zuhoff. As a party, we believe students with good grades should be dismissed at 1 on Friday. Good grades are anything but failing classes. Doing this, there will be less people failing classes and having to stay after school. We also believe that lunches are a priority and facilities needed updated.
Thank you very much, weekend party. Parking party, you have 1 minute.
All right. State House of Representatives is Mr. Bomar, and our Senate is Mrs. Lawman. We are endorsed by the band, youth basketball, and the play. Our main issues are parking. We plan to turn the front yard of the school into a parking lot. And then we plan on upgrading facilities or adding new facilities, which would include the auditorium, a weight deck with mirrors, a washroom upgrade, and a new gym. And then our final thing is access period, which we plan to revert back to how it used to be on Fridays and shifting periods.
Okay. Thank you, parking party. Tortoise party, you have up to 1 minute.
Hi, we're the tortoise party because we've got your back covered. And our stances mainly are, we would like to add resources for recovery and physical therapy and stuff for student athletes, like a room so they can recover after practice or games, as well as a spot for them to work on classwork with each other to get their homework caught up. And then we would also like to keep access period at the same schedule as it is, but be in your classroom with your grades, not in your family, because we feel like you could get more work done productive that way. Then we would also like to improve the school by moving the weight deck to a standalone spot, so then the resting room gets the whole upper deck, and updating our signs and shop rooms.
Okay. Thank you, tortoise party. Get work done son party, you got about 1 minute.
We are the Get Work Done Son Party. Our president is Carl from Subway. Our Senate is none other than Mr. Larson, and our House of Representatives is Tom Osborne. We are endorsed by the speech team and Circle of Friends. We will help try and get a better and upgraded school facilities, and that we will have more and new classrooms, a new gym, a room dedicated to fine arts, and in expansion, we will turn the old gym into an auditorium for speech, play, and one act. We plan to expand the parking lot so there is more space and not a big rush to get one. We also are trying to change the school from a Pepsi product to a Coca-Cola based school.
Thank you very much. Get work done son party. The backed party.
Hello, I'm Audrey Lansman, and this is Chloe Henson. We are representing the back party in this debate. Our party members consist of Chloe Henson, Bevan Weedle, Brooklyn Mumford, Kelby Mum, and myself. We are a party for the entire high school population, and we wish to accommodate everyone's needs, not just the students. Build an auditorium will
improve the quality of all school performances, and allow for the current gym to be better used for its intended purposes. A commons room for socializing will encourage community within school and promote higher morale for students and teachers. Updating the schedule to 8 periods will allow for smoother and less crammed year and give students and teachers more time for a healthy balance of their home and school lives. Bringing back Titan time will improve student and faculty performance as the current system is confusing, irritating, and cluttered. These improvements will greatly improve our school and help us be the best we can be. We hope our responses in this debate will convince you of giving us your support in the election.
Good, thank you. Backed party and the You Gotta Want It party.
We are the You Gotta Want It party, and we are determined to fight for you. We will get you more days off, and we want to change to a college grading scale. This would be like where a 90 is an A and anything up. Then we want to revert to the Friday active period because we believe that is more efficient and just works better for everyone. And then we want to build a new room for the band room. So we would move the band room to the new room, and then we would move all the equipment and weights off of the weight deck to this new room, and then the wrestling deck would be left for the wrestlers. We are endorsed by the Quiz Bowl team, Skills USA, and the football team. We are running Mr. Hobble for president, Mrs. Harms for Senate, and Mr. Kime for the House of Representatives. They are great people who are dedicated to fighting for you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that is the opening statement portion of the debate. At this time, we are going to start asking questions to the groups. These questions, once again, come from the voters. The student body and staff have a chance to ask questions. This first question, we will begin with the backed party. Okay? So every group will have the same question. Listen carefully. I will read the question twice. When considering a change at school, what is your first priority and why? Once again, when considering a change at school, what is your group's first priority and why? Backed party, you may begin. Okay, are we ready for an answer? Okay, groups. Go ahead.
We would want to go for changing the schedule immediately because it's the more immediate thing that would affect everybody instantly. And because it would be best to start there because everything else would be harder to adapt to and be a much longer change to go for. And plus changing the schedule wouldn't have to, you wouldn't have to get permission to do it. You wouldn't have to get funding for it. It would just be a change that everybody can go for right away.
All right, thank you very much. Back to party. You Gotta Want It party, same question.
We believe that changing the grading scale to a college style would make it much easier for students to get good grades, as well as making it much easier for colleges to interpret their GPA and then getting them more prepared for college life with the grade scale.
Thank you very much. You Gotta Want It party. We will come over here to the weekend party.
Our biggest changes in the school would be we want to reward students for all their hard work. So by getting good grades, students would get out at 1 on Fridays as a reward. And they would also be handing out off-campus lunch passes. We really believe in positive reinforcement will make the biggest difference within students' grades.
Thank you very much. Weekend party. Parking party, your first priority and why?
Our first priority is parking. We think it should be parking for a number of reasons, including clutter and like the increase of class size every year. We think that with parking taking up more and more residential areas during school activities, especially outside of COVID with football games, that is getting dangerous and out of control, and an increase of parking will increase safety, etc.
Yeah, sure. Another thing would be sometimes at sporting events such as wrestling meets, which are big, like about last year, people would be lined up clear down the street and it'd be really dark out. And I feel like somebody could have an accident or get hit or something about it because you can't see. So it would be effective to increase the parking lot area where there would be lights so you don't hit someone.
Thank you. Parking party. Tortoise party.
Our first thing that we would probably go for is updating the science and shop rooms and providing equipment for all classrooms because I think it would make it more fun and a better experience, which would encourage students and make them look forward to class, which would allow them to perform better.
Thank you, Tortoise Party. Get work done, son party.
We believe that school expansion would be our number one priority because if we expand the school and get new equipment for everyone, it would really help with the up and coming classes that are bigger. And we could get new equipment for all the classes too. And in that school expansion, it would also include expanded parking lots, which, as the fellow parties agreed to, that we desperately need.
All right. Thank you. Keep in mind a little change from last year's to this year's. If you wish to rebuttal on something, we will save that for the closing statements portion. Okay. So, question 2. We will begin this question with the parking party. Okay. Question 2. I will again say the question twice. Why do you feel a change is needed with access period? Or if you do not feel it needs to be changed, what about current access period works well? Once again, to all groups, why do you feel a change is needed to access period? Or if you feel access period works, what makes it work well? Okay, we'll give groups just a minute, just a hair to discuss. Okay, about 5 more seconds, groups. Okay, parking party. Your minute starts now.
Yeah. Okay, well, we think that we should be with our own classes to start out with because, you're doing the same stuff, and if you need help to actually do an assignment, that you'll be able to do it together. Opposed to being with random people who probably aren't in your same class. And I feel like all the time that's pulled up 5 minutes from each class just for access period, I feel like it's just not an effective way to use time because, yeah, I don't feel like I ever get much done.
Yeah, it's always taking away time for every single class, every week, like reducing the amount of time we have to actually ask questions in class. Well, say if you had an entire period, which rotated every week, during that period, you could go to, say, Mrs. Lynn's room and ask her about the assignment, and have that whole period to do that.
Exactly.
Thank you, parking party. Tortoise party, same question.
Okay, so we think that the scheduling is pretty okay and we like it because it's consistent every week. Like what time, so it's not going to be missing out on a different class. You know what to expect. And then we think the one bad thing is that you're not with your same class. That'd be the main thing we'd like to improve because when you're with separate classes, it's harder to get meetings done. And then sometimes you don't realize that some meetings happen and they overlap, taking away from each other.
Good. Thank you, Tortoise party. Get work done, son party.
We think we should revert back to the Friday access period because then if you need to get class meetings or stuff done, then your whole class is there and you can get meetings done easier. You can get work done and better because if you need help with it, your classmates are there and they could be willing to help you out.
Thank you, get work done, son. Fact party.
We wanted to change access period to go back to Titan time, which was a 20-minute period of which you would go to if you had Spanish after lunch. You would go to Spanish and have 20 minutes of time to work together. And we want to go back to this because it's more efficient for teachers and students alike because it gives teachers, it doesn't delete 2 periods of class because if they would have access 1 period, they would have to give a day off to the other period of that day, and it was really inefficient for teachers. And when we asked teachers, they didn't like it, and they preferred Titan time. And plus, like other students and other groups have mentioned, if classes are together with the people that, instead of with families, they prefer it because people can work together to do work and homework, and it'd be better for students and teachers alike.
Thank you, back party. You gotta want it party.
We don't believe that the current format of access period is effective, and we'd like to revert back to the Friday access period. We believe this is the case because the current access period isn't very long. It's only 25 minutes, which in reality is not a lot of time to get work done. So yeah, we want to change for that reason. And also it separates students from other students in their class and their teachers that they want to get help from. So if they really wanted to use that time to get help and get their homework done, it's a lot harder and less effective the current way it is now. That's
Thank you. You got a want-it party? The weekend party. You'll have your chance to answer. 1 minute.
Much like the other groups, we agree that the classes should be together. We want to keep it on Wednesdays because it's consistent every week and it's the same time. We want to make it a little bit longer than it is now to have more time to have meetings and stuff. But we do not agree with the Friday meetings because it's canceling 2 classes for most teachers, and it just wasn't efficient for them.
Thank you, weekend party. Okay, for our third round of questions, groups will be asked a different question. Okay, so every group will get a different question here. We will begin with the tortoise party and work our way around. So, tortoise party, here is your question. Your proposals, athletic resources, facilities, etc., are costly ventures. Which item in your list is your top priority and why? Once again, with your proposals, your athletic resource proposals, facilities, these are costly ventures. Which one item should be prioritized first and why? Okay.
So I think the easiest one to change first would be access period, but I think the one the easiest one to fix first would be access period, but I think the one that we should fix first above everything should be the facilities such as the weight room, the ag hall, stuff like that, because it can help students become more involved in school and actually want to do their assignments.
Thank you very much, Tortoise Party. The next question will go to the Get Work Done Son Party. One of your stances is to change the 4.0 GPA scale at Thayer Central to a 4.0 scale colleges use. Does that sound correct?
No.
No? You got a want-it party. That's why I switched up there. Okay. I apologize. I think when I was writing these down, I messed up on which group I was talking to. Get Work Done Son Party. We've heard from a few groups the parking issue at the school with potentially adding parking to the front of the building. Are there other potential locations that may be more viable or better suited for additional parking? Once again, you have talked about earlier in the debate the potential need for adding parking. In front of the school is one option. Are there other options around the school that may be better or more viable options? You have a couple seconds here to discuss. All right, why don't we answer?
Okay, so like most groups said, front yard, but also the FFA lot, that doesn't get used much, and there was a greenhouse behind the band room where they have all that stuff, so we could make the FFA lot there a parking spot. And track and field, like where all the shot puts is, we could move that up by over one of the long jump pits, or just have that at the practice field, like where one of the rings are, and make that a parking lot.
Thank you very much. Get Work Done Son Party. To the Backed Party. Why does your group support an 8-period day instead of the current 9-period structure? Okay, once again, why does your group support an 8-class period day instead of the current 9-class period structure? Okay, let's go ahead and get an answer.
We've heard a lot of teachers and students alike oppose it, 9 period, because it's just a waste of time. And having 8 periods would allow for longer class periods, more time to work with teachers, and it would be more efficient for teachers and students alike, a more viable use of time. And plus, it's worked for as long as it has, and to go from 8 to 9 was just, it didn't work for a lot of people. And it also ties in with our interest in going back to Titan time. It would allow for that amount of time, the 20-minute or longer, to be used for Titan time after lunch, and instead of having 9 periods, and it would be, yeah.
Thank you very much, back to party. To the You Gotta Want It party. This is, once again, one of those questions typed in by the electorate. What are considered good grades, and how will they be used to benefit students? Okay, so once again, in your group's opinion, what would be considered good grades, and how could they be used to benefit students? Okay.
We believe that at least a B would be considered a good grade. Most colleges require C's to pass, but in high school, I think the classes are a little bit easier to pass. So a B or an A would be definitely easier to get. And there could be some awards for getting B's and A's, such as off-campus lunch passes and free time during class every week or something. But a B or an A is more than likely going to be good.
Thank you very much. You guys want to add anything or no? Okay, You Gotta Want It party. Didn't want to cut you off too soon. To the weekend party. Okay, weekend party. And correct me if I'm wrong on this. One of your group's proposals once a week is a catered lunch from a local business. How will this be made affordable to students and families on a free and reduced lunch program? Once again, one of your group's proposals once a week is a catered lunch from a local business. How will this be made affordable to students and families on free and reduced lunch programs? You want a second or two to discuss it? Go ahead. Very detailed question from our audience.
We don't think that the price would change because everyone's paying for school lunch now, and it would be already paid for. So we could also apply for grants if we need it, but we believe that students who are eating school lunch should have more options, and by supporting local business, especially in a small town, would really benefit them, and it would, I think it would make students really happy to eat something different than school lunch every day.
Okay, thank you very much, weekend party. Now, to the parking party. Okay. Now, this one is actually a repeat question. One of your proposals, obviously, is school parking. Okay, you have proposed school parking be added to the front of the building. Are there more viable places to put a parking lot than the front of the building? Okay.
Another area we believe that could be put into a parking lot would be the west side of the building. It's also kind of part of the yard that's on the front. And then we can make that door another door for an entrance into the school. Now the reason we wouldn't go down into the football field area, isn't that where they said?
The football area and the shopper area.
That area? Well, first off, who wants to walk a block to school? I mean, what's the point? And then that's also a track area where we practice for football. It just doesn't make sense to me, but
Yeah, kind of stepping on activities toes a little bit there.
yeah.
All right. So at this time, I know I said we would do 4 rounds of questions, but for the purposes of time, we are going to move on into closing statements. So each group at this time, what is the lasting impression that you want to leave on the electorate for Friday's vote? Okay, so once again, what impression do you want to leave on the electorate for Friday's vote? We will start with the You Gotta Want It party.
Thank you all for your time and consideration of our party. We're going to, once again, our stances are going to change to a college grading scale, revert to a Friday access period, and build a new weight room. Remember, in order to go places in life, you simply gotta want it. So consider voting for the You Gotta Want It party this Friday.
Thank you. You gotta want it party. To the weekend party. Once again, closing statements for the electorate.
We believe that the weekend should start early for everyone, and meaning to reward kids, update facilities, and have better lunch portions and with more options. And if you want a longer weekend, then vote weekend party.
Thank you, weekend party. To the parking party.
Our main issues are once again parking, adding new facilities, and changing access period. We hope we can get your vote, and if you want to get into the Christmas spirit, try and catch me Friday during lunch for a free candy cane.
Thank you, parking party. To the tortoise party.
All right. Our main goal would be to make school more enjoyable and encourage you to be in school. And we think that if you're more happy and want to be at school, you'll be more successful. So we would like to improve the environment for you.
Thank you, tortoise party. To the get work done, son party.
Thank you for listening to us during this debate. Remember, our main goal is school expansion, because if we have better facilities, it will help the students out better. And remember to vote for the Get Work Done Son party, because you know us, we get the work done, son.
And to the backed party.
Thank you for letting us take your time. Our efforts are for everyone, not just students and not just teachers. We hope our plans for new school establishments and an updated schedule will persuade you to vote for our party. Come find us after the debate. We're handing out snacks. Vote back party. We've always got you back.
Thank you, backed party. So, once again, seniors, thank you guys for the hard work that you guys have been putting into this project. The vote will take place through your emails on Friday. Please look for a Google form to be sent out by me, Mr. Bomar, starting at 8 o'clock. Voting will conclude at 3 o'clock on Friday. If you want to ask anything of the groups, please feel free to ask them anything that you would like. They're trying to earn your votes. It is all students, 7 through 12, and staff. We'll have one vote each. We'll be using our school emails to make sure everyone just votes once. So, thank you guys once again for watching, and thank you to the seniors. Have a good day. Seniors, very good job with that. Okay, through some, yeah, you guys did fine. Okay, you guys addressed